Hello and welcome to MBKM Models. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and follow for more great aircraft documentaries and model build videos. Okay, let's crack straight into the talk about the model here. This was an internet download plan from a website called Outer Zone Plans. Very good and recommended if you would like to build balsa wood model free flight, rubber powered, IC, electric, round the pole, etc. Now, as you can see from these pictures, the Envoy is built in a series of sub-assemblies. So I've come on today to just let you all know where I've got. It's taken a while because I fitted in custom retracts, which is what we call in the UK a scratch-built retractable undercarriage. You can see the size of this plane. It's got a 54-inch wingspan. It's a big model, very enjoyable build. The plan was originally drawn up in 1939 by a guy called Mr. John Towner, who did several other designs. Very good designer and builder and flyer. So like I said, what I've done is built a series of sub-assemblies. I built the fuselage first, then the center section, then the wings, then the tailplane. What I've done literally is strengthened everything because I'm going to fly this as either RC or round the pole. I'm not the world's best RC flyer, so what I'm going to do is more than likely round the pole. But this has been a very, very enjoyable build. It's probably the biggest build I've ever built for a model plane. You can see the retracts that I fitted in there. Not the easiest job in the world, but it took me 2 weeks to get downward motion. Alright, and there's the center section with the wings bolted on. Now on the drawing it says to use things like aluminium tags, this, that and the other, but nowadays obviously I've put some modern things in it. Nowadays I use nylon nuts and bolts, which I buy online. I've got the canopy to make yet. I'm gonna have a go. It'll be my first time at making a canopy from the plastic bottle with the heat gun, you know, with the videos on YouTube. All right, and as you can see here, I've used ice lolly sticks, what you call popsicle in America, to secure, to give a bit of, they can act as a spring if you set them right. And then you can see there's the nylon nuts. All right, and the nylon bolts go down through the sub-assembly to hold it all in place. And then the lolly sticks, like I said, if you set them right, slightly up a bit, it gives a bit of spring and it holds it nice and tight, especially with the center section, all right, because you're putting quite a large section onto the fuselage. So what I did is made a positioning type of pin with the lolly sticks at the front, and then a couple of lolly sticks at the rear, slightly offset on an angle, so it gives a bit of a spring when you then screw in your plastic nuts, plastic bolts into the nuts. All right, there it is on the workbench. All right, like I said, I've obviously changed the build because I've got a on the tailplane I've got a movable rudder and stabilizer, movable stabilizer and rudder. All right, and there's it on my, that's not my workbench. My workbench is in the back room, but that's the that's a model board my dad made me in 1976, which I've still got, and many planes have been built on it. He made that for me from 2 pieces of cardboard, which he stuck together with masking tape, and it's perfect for pins. So that's actually in my living room. Now what you're looking at here is the great thing about these downloadable plans is that you only have to print the part you're working on. That last shot, it looks dirty, but what that is actually candle wax. So what I did is melted a bit, wait for it to cool a little bit, and then rubbed it all over the plan, because I've got to make, that's for the nacelles, I've got to make 2 of them. Alright, so I don't want to have to print off another plan. Paper, ink costs, you know how much printer ink cartridge is. It's a lot of money, and you got to buy the reams of paper. The reams of paper aren't too bad, but the ink costs a lot of money. So in all of it, I don't want to have to get printing that again. So I've covered it in wax, as I do with anything I'm building onto the plan, so it can be easily removed. All right, we're having a look at this center section again with these custom retracts. If I built this model again, I would do them a lot better. I'm working on another model at the moment, far smaller, building custom retracts, and what I've noticed, I mean, this is only my opinion, if you do it and it doesn't work, it's at your own risk, that if you want backwards motion, your wheels folding up towards the trailing edge of the plane, you've got to have the axle inside it at the rear. All right, and if you want them folding forward, you've got to have the axle up by the just back from the leading edge. All right, okay. But in all of it, yeah, I gotta say it, excuse me, a really enjoyable build. Yeah, I photographed it in and out, as well as, I mean, I do an aircraft documentary every day. I've done a science fiction one today, but I take pictures of this in and out. I not so much now, because what happens is you learn hundreds of pictures. You don't do a lot with them all. It's difficult trying to get through them all, deciding which is the best. Now, that block on the ceiling, I put that up with some of that mastic type glue, and that would be to hang a lamp on later on, but its other use, what I put it up for, is to hang this model from the ceiling, because obviously you're coming in on the dark, yeah, it's left in the living room, and you don't want to hear a nasty crunch in the dark when you've come in with a ton of shopping and that's your model plane trashed, all right, by your own misfortune. So it's hung up out the way, all right, with some what looks like paracord that I got, or camping gyro stuff that I got from local builders merchants. Yeah, so you, like I said, there you are. You see, look, bits of the plan printed off. You can print the entire plan and pin it to your wall if you want, but I find it easier you just to print a bit off, all right, the bit that you're working on, and that's really cool. But like I said, I mean, you can really feel the and that's a 6 foot long bed there, with the wings nearly stretching the whole of the bed. There's the nacelles. I haven't done them yet. They're ready to go. I've cut the bases for the cowls out of ply. All right. Some of this where I've had to strengthen it, make it out of bigger wood. I mean, at the end of the day, the original ribs on this plane were made out of 32nd sheet. I've built a Waco Hadrian glider in 1977 from the old MAP Plans handbook, which was 32 sheet balsa ribs. My goodness, that was a hard job, so I never really want to do that again. So this one is all being upgraded. All right, okay, I've got windows to do yet as well, but what I've done is bought some plastic sheet and some clear plastic sheet, and I'm going to cut the windows and add the window panes separately. I'm not going to cut it. It will be cut into the airframe, but only when I've got the plastic sheet on, and then it will be made, the outstanding edge, the flush, will be taken up with balsa filler. Balsa filler, funny old stuff. It's white. It looks like marshmallow. And it acts strange if you put it on without a little dab of water. What I've found is best to put a dab of water. My biggest fear is that I fly this successfully and it comes down with a bump and all the filler falls out. I hope it doesn't. Anyway, like I said, there you can see the tailplane sub-assembly. It's good. I gotta say it. Building in these sub-assemblies is like making a different model for each part of the aircraft. Yeah, like I said, it's on the workbench there, being held with clamps and things. This was the fitting of the fasteners for the tailplane, obviously hanging from the ceiling again. It hasn't got any wheels on it at the moment. I tend to use slightly oversized wheels with model planes. The original, especially if I'm going to convert it or upgrade it, if it comes down with a bump, it needs that extra little bit of cushioning. Yeah, but what I found as well is I'll pick it up and then stringers will break off the airframe. So I've got to go back and replace the stringers. All right. The livery for this one is going to be from the Republican, which are the communist side of the Spanish Civil War. They've got a great camouflage, the Republicans from that era, as opposed to the side of Franco, who had a very sort of boring corporate powder blue color. The old Republicans, they got the sort of Spanish flag going on the tail with a great camouflage, real sort of 1930s stuff. It looks great. Like I said, you can see the two bases for the cowls there. All right, they're both made out of ply, and I've printed off and cut out the parts that I'm working on. All right, so that's the update at the moment. The center section is nearly done, the fuselage nearly done, tailplane done, the wings are done, all right, and the custom retracts are in and fitted. They're also bushed, and all I've got to do is now is fit the wheels on, but I'm waiting to paint before I do that. All right. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Please keep on subscribing. Please keep on liking because it helps the channel. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And until next time.